Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lubricate this. They give you some special little clock oil. You just need to dip a pin in there and I'm just putting some lightly on the gears. Don't go crazy with this stuff. I just think it'll help when it's on the gears. Okay. Right. Now we need to start getting things together. We do have to strip the ends of this, and as I'd mentioned before, I put glue on there so that you don't end up putting a lot of strain on it. I'm not sure if these are gonna work. It seems to have got that off okay. And one more for the road, hopefully. A little bit more. If it would, that would be really helpful. There we go. See, one of those is a little long. What did I do with my little... Oh, there we are. Trim that back a little bit. Okay. And now, the next thing is to attach this to this plate. Give me 1 second. Okay, next sequence of events is to start the reassembly. Turn it over, grab this washer, this packing piece, insulator. Just line it up. Grab the little post with the sleeve on it. Push that through. Okay. Then put your finger on it. Turn it over. Lastly, slide the circuit board on, being very, very, very careful. Then get the little brass post that they supplied, or sleeve, put that on there. And now, where did sorry, my brain cell died there. And insert this. Okay, this is a little tricky. Yeah, I need 6 hands here. Could you guys give me a hand? Sorry, you probably weren't even seeing that, were you? Okay, so I put the post in there. I've got this brass sleeve, the circuit board's on, then the brass sleeve. Now what I do need to do is try and get this on here without dropping it, which is proving to be a little tricky. Where's my screwdriver gone that fits? I think it was this one. I'll tell you what, I'm going to start it with the one that I know will definitely fit in the slot. Whoa! All right. Hang on a second. I just want to double check before I pinch this down as to the position it needs to go in. So hopefully you're getting a view of this, but yeah, I want to make sure I get this in the right place. And now I've left this piece on, and they did say that you can do that now with these new kits. So I just want to make sure that it doesn't touch anything. I got a feeling it probably won't, but I got to make sure that I get it in the right orientation. You see, and I don't want it touching that, I believe. Let me double check on that before we go tightening this up. And in fact, I may even take it off and do what they did initially, which was just cut this off here. Give me a second. Let me check on that, because I don't want to fuck things up. All right, now we got to get the balance wheel on. But first, you have to cut out one of these, and you see it has a black line on it. Well, on the balance wheel itself, there is, excuse me, there is a little pin just underneath, and this black line has to be opposite it. Okay, now the next trick is to get this and place it on here, making sure you get this pin in the little bearing, the little red bearing in there. Now it's a little tricky, because you've got to get the screw holes lined up as well at the same time. And I got the screw holes lined up, but I didn't get the balance wheel in, so let me try that again. Mr. Gravity, give me some help. I just want to make sure that I've got that located properly, and this is the easiest way to do it, he says, haha. Well, I think that is it. Oh, it's not right. There's something not right. I don't know what's not right. Not yet. Apart from me. I know I'm not right. Whoa. This is, yeah. Okay, we got to get that there, that there, that there. See, you got to get this lined up, these two lined up, and the pin lined up. So it's all a little tricky. And let's just put the nuts on and see. Remember to put these nuts on the right way up. Right way up, yeah, with a little piece sticking at the top there. No, that doesn't move properly. There is something wrong, Houston. I have got something wrong. All right, let me take this off again, because I lay odds it was me not getting that in there. Tell you, this is a real fiddly diddly job. Oh, you bugger. Where's my tweezers? Gosh, I'm nowhere near the hole. That's unusual for me. Something going on here that I'm not seeing. That is crooked. Why is that crooked? Is it because that's not in its hole? Okay, I think I've got it. Let me just get this nut on and we'll see. You got to make sure that that balance wheel is free to move. That's finger tight. Now, does it move? There we go. See that? See it moves? Right, that's good. Now I need to tighten these nuts. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Must be the other one. Where is it? Here it is. Just going to pinch these up. And one more check. Okay, you can see that that's moving now. Right. Whew. Isn't that fun? Oh, and I didn't mention, and I should have done, when you're tightening this screw up here, make sure you got this little groove here lined up. That keeps the board in the correct place. All right. Excuse me 1 second. I'll be back. Okay, let's move on. Now, we've got that on there. We've got the nuts tightened. We're sure the balance wheel moves. Grabbing your little green sleeve here, and don't forget to make sure that this curved piece covers that screw. That's the next thing to get on here. Good, now that's that in place. Now we need to get the old capacitor in place. And that just goes in here. This is it's a little snug getting it in there, but you'll get there. Takes a little bit of fiddly diddly dee. Almost there. There we go. All right, now we get these posts. Put these in. Don't tighten them. Get them in position. Bit of glue in the way there. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, now before you tighten this, you've got to make sure the gap is even. And on this at the moment, it is definitely not even. So let me loosen that off a bit. Move that. Sorry, I'm going to have to look at this, not you. Oops. Still not even. See, this is a bit of a bugger. That looks better. Let me see. Yep. Now, before we go too far, let me just pinch those up. All right. Now, this is going to be the tricky bit. First of all, you've got to get these pieces of heat shrink. Just slide them over the wires. Okay, now on the board here there are 2 small holes which these wires go into, and you're really probably going to need a pair of tweezers to do this, just to get it in the hole. Okay, that's that one. Okay. Once you've got it in the hole, hang on, mine keep coming out. Okay, I'm going to need to bend that a bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to move the heat shrink down. Actually, give me a second here. Yeah, I left that wire a bit long, so I'm having trouble. Let's see if I can get it round somehow. God, this is so fucking fiddly. Tell you what, if this works, it'll be a bloody miracle. I'm sorry, you're not seeing what I'm fucking with. Keep forgetting that. Oh dear, oh dear. I'll tell you what, guys, if I can do this and get it to work, you can definitely do it. Right. Now can I get that piece of heat shrink down there? Making sure the wire doesn't come out. It is so fucking tight there. I think they need to modify the design slightly. Because getting that heat shrink down there without the wire coming out is very tricky. It keeps catching on the edge of the capacitor here. Finally got it. Okay, right. As I said, don't heat shrink the heat shrink. Why not? Because you want to make sure this thing works. Oh, and that piece of paper's come up. I don't like that. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that is now moving. Wow. Thing to do now is to see if it works. And for that, you're going to need a 12-volt supply. Let me go get that sorted out. And then we'll give it a shot. Well, I'm going to do this live. So, this car is going to be negative ground. So I've connected the negative to the body and the positive to that terminal. What should happen is that should move for a few seconds, then stop, and then go again. So let's see what happens. And on. Okay, it moved. Now it should go. Come on. Come on, baby, you can do it. Come on. Go. I would have thought it should have moved more than that. I mean, it's moving. I'm just waiting to see if I can see some hair movement. Is everything moving inside? It's very hard for me to tell. I really do think it would be moving faster than that. Okay, let's leave that for a few minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, now I've got it all connected up, and as I previously mentioned, it'll move for a moment and then it'll start going faster and faster. It didn't when I first finished it. When I put that sticker on, when it said put it opposite the pin, to me opposite meant the other side. That's not what it means. It wants it next to the pin, you know, right on it. So don't make that mistake. And then away she goes. I couldn't understand why it wasn't moving. And then I discovered, as I just said, why. Because that little black triangle, that needs to go underneath that sensor down in there, that black, there, come on. Little black thing down there. Okay, so now it's working fine. It's a matter of putting it all back together again now. Okay, I'm sorry, that was rather a long-winded way. And you know, it's quite simple now to put it back together. You took it apart. You know how to put the rest of it back together, I'm sure. And if not, look at the video you made whilst you were doing this, and it'll show you what you took apart, and then you'll know how to put it back together, won't you? Oh, okay. I'm sorry that was so long-winded. There was a lot to do, a lot to get through, and I hope you like it. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sandblast this, but I've covered up this piece. Reason I've done that is there's a date on there, and I think it's nice to keep that. But this you can hardly see, so I'll give that a blast. I'll use these little grommets, although I've been thinking about it. It's probably not a problem. Why is it not a problem? Well, because this is ground now, and so is this. So I don't think it's a problem. Put everything back together, slot it back in there, and bingity bonkity bank, we're done. Thanks very much for watching. Get out of the garage, go do some more shit. Okay, here it is back in its little case, showing 6:20 at the moment, which it's not. Actually, it's 4:20, but I'm just going to leave it and see if that time changes. Hopefully it does.